Aloha and good day, my friends and yogis. I'm Nicole Spirit, and today is our intuition class to awaken the Ajna Chakra, also known as the third eye. So depending on what you know about intuition or insight or inspiration, this class is simply meant to enhance your spiritual abilities. Everything is spiritual. You can look at a rock or a crystal and find an energy or a frequency to it. You can look at a river or the ocean or a tree or another human or an animal and find that everything has a connection to source or creator energy. So let's just take a couple of moments to get really comfortable. Whatever that looks like for you in a seated position, you can take easy pose, or this is called Sukhasana, which means good place. So depending on however you are situated, make sure it feels like a good place for you. At some point you can lay down or go into a nice Shavasana. If it's available, stay seated for the next few moments or minutes. Let's just find our breath now. And because the sixth chakra, our third eye, is the number 6, we will inhale and exhale to that count. So let's close the eyes, sit up nice and tall, feel that spine elongation, even tip your chin down a little bit towards your chest so the back of the neck stays long. Maybe a little bit of a smile behind the lips. Imagine that you're going to learn something today. And let's start our next inhale. Let's count, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If your eyes are closed, imagine that they're looking inwards at the third eye, imagining that you're gazing at a marble or a star or a gem within. If you've begun to inhale, that's wonderful. You can go with your own count. But let's imagine that we are creating a 6-second or 6-count inhale breath, and then a 6-count exhale breath. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhaling for 6. Imagine all the cells in your body are vibrating with this intuition, with this incredible inspiration of the Ajna indigo blue chakra. Exhaling for 6. And continuing on with 1 more round of this breath, visualizing that you're looking at a unicorn in the middle of your mind's eye. Would you see it? Would you sense it? Can you even create or conjure up that image? What color is your unicorn? Does it have wings? Good. And wherever you are, let's gently start to float the eyes open. Keep the lids just a little bit down. And we're going to make an energy ball with the hands. So draw the hands together and rub, rub, rub. Create a bit of friction and warmth. And then we're going to make what's known as a chi ball, an energy healing ball between our palms. So start to expand your hands as wide as your shoulders, and then draw the hands back together. Don't quite let them touch. So we might inhale to open and exhale to release. Now I want you to use your imagination that you have this energy between your hands. It could be an energy of healing sensation, maybe warmth or even cool. We might even feel or sense that there's like a magnetic force that when we bring the hands together, it's almost like there's a bit of a repulsion, and then when we open them, the energy wants to expand and grow. So just sense, feel, imagine, pretend, intend that there's energy between your hands. And this soft, sweet energy is increasing your wisdom and intuition. You might already be aware of your intuitive abilities, or they might be growing now. Then I want you to get the ball about the size of a large grapefruit, and we're going to gently invite this energy in front of our forehead, putting the direction of the palms facing your head. And don't touch your head, just let your hands hover for a couple of breaths. Close the eyes and imagine that your intuition is expanding. We release and let go of any confusion, any oversensitivity to light and sound. And we start to sense and feel that we have a vibration that resonates with what we call the angelic frequencies. Now you can just hang out here for a couple more breaths, or you can imagine sending in energy into the third eye, into the center of the brain, also associated with the pineal gland, which is said to be a part of our physical system that releases melatonin and other hormones that relate to the more intuitive or spiritual parts of your being. You could even imagine a lens at the top of your head that is opening now to let in more energy and light through the crown chakra, flooding gently, sweetly, like a waterfall of iridescent light into the third eye and even sweeping down the entire body. Let's hang out here for one more breath. Your arms might be getting a little tired, and I want you to imagine that you are increasing your intuition. You're keeping your intellect strong, but we're allowing for the more subtle energies to make an imprint on us. Let's imagine that this intuition is expanding the best for us at this time. And ever so gently, we're going to let the hands float down the body now, and then arrive with the hands on the knees. You can stay here, or this is also a time that you could choose to lay down. I have brought some oracle decks with us today, so I'm going to choose a few cards, and I want you to close your eyes and use your most vivid imagination to sense and feel the energies that are coming up through these cards. So take a moment wherever you are to get really comfortable. You could be seated or laying down. You could be even laying on a couch or on your yoga mat. So the first cards that I have are from the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. I'm going to shuffle the cards and pick one that will be totally random, which will join our energies today. Inner Earth. Strength and security, laying foundations. So I want you to create an image in your mind about what you think the inner earth is. I will describe the card to you, and perhaps you even get an image in your mind. Imagining a tree, and at the base of the tree, there is a path with beautiful stones that are going towards an area that looks like it's lit up. And there are columns on each side of the path that look like they are made of wood. They are beautiful and old looking, and this column pathway is under the roots of the tree, but it is wide open and expansive. This card transports us to the energetic gateway that connects us to this planet and everything that we have learned during our many lifetimes here. We are given a powerful opportunity to root down and claim our right to be on the planet, to claim the truth that ultimately we are safe. In the image, there is a gateway below a giant tree. This realm is called the underworld. This is the spiritual realm visited by shamans journeying to collect energies, meet guardian beings, and reclaim parts of their power. They are also collecting the power of others that have been left behind. Know that if you are searching for parts of yourself, you have the opportunity to find them and build stable foundations. You have the right to feel grounded, safe, and secure. So connecting with inner earth also intuitively to me means connecting with your inner peace, a space that's within you that you can come to, perhaps part of your ancient library. And you may have heard the term the Akashic Records, which is said to be a library in the center of our brain. So let's imagine a place where we can connect with our intuition and see what that feels like. The next deck of cards that I'm choosing from is called A Yogic Path, and this is by Sahara Rose. Shiva. So in this picture, there's a dancing goddess with many parts of their wings as the dancing energy of this deity is moving around. We see these wings behind it. The colors are gold and purple, and there's the color of an indigo sky behind with a full moon. You may know the name Shiva, or this could be new to you. See what comes up in your imagination. For Shiva card, you are truly on a yogic path. Shiva is referred to as Adi Yogi, the first yogi ever. He attained enlightenment and abandoned himself in an ecstatic dance atop the Himalayas. When his ecstasy went beyond movement, he became utterly still. People could not understand his switch between ecstatic movement and stillness and thought him mad. However, 7 students wanted to learn how he was moving past physical limitations. This is how he began teaching yoga. Shiva planted the seed of yoga into the human mind. Pulling the Shiva card represents moving past the limitations from your society, body, mind, or ego. It represents doing the inner work to evolve. It is also a call to service, to teach others your wisdom so that they too can become liberated. And my little side note about Shiva is it's said to be the fire that's within all of us, the immortal flame that keeps our soul alive through all of our incarnations. And one of my favorite mantras is Om Namah Shivaya. So through the cycle of birth and death, remember that your soul is like Shiva. It stays alive like a dancing fire. Next, we're going to choose from the Ascension cards by Diana Cooper. These cards are some of my favorite of all time. The Sphinx. I want you to imagine what you know of the Sphinx. Have you ever seen an image of the Sphinx in Egypt? Can you visualize what that being or creature would look like? The Sphinx energy has always been on Earth and watches over us. The high priest Ra brought it from Atlantis and placed it within the statue of the Sphinx in Egypt. You receive a charge of creator force when you think about it, so relax and accept it now. The Sphinx contains the 5th dimensional records for Earth and the information within the crystal skulls. You are invited to visit the tunnel from the Sphinx to Hollow Earth, a portal of wisdom linked to the ascended aspect of Mars. From here you can radiate peace and oneness throughout the universe. And the mantra that comes with this card is, I connect to the God force within the Sphinx. And I want you to go past any religion and just think about what you would connect with as the energy of the Creator or God of your own understanding. See if you get an energy with the Sphinx, maybe even while you sleep or dream tonight. And the last part of our class, we're going to pick 6 cards from OT's art cards. And these cards are very special to me. I've been collecting them for a number of years. And I am so blessed to say that OT is my art teacher now. So if you check her out on OT, OUTI, art.com, you'll see where all of these cards originate from. So randomly, I'm going to choose 6 cards to honor the energy of Ajna Chakra, our third eye center. The back of most of the cards say love. So I always make a little joke that if you don't like what the card says, flip it over and stick with the love side. But these cards are just magical, so let's see what they say. The first one is attend to your shadow. And I'll just say that no matter how bright the sun is shining on you, you have a shadow. And the shadow is where the ego sometimes can be lurking. It's the part of ourselves that we don't like, something about our personality or about our physical body. But I invite you to start to make friends with all of yourself. The good and what you perceive as the not so good, and appreciate that we all have a shadow aspect. Your next card is resurrection, with a beautiful goddess with one big snake that is coming out of her hair. So I want you to think about what you're going to release and let go of, and what energy wants to be born for you at this time. Your next card is practice deep listening. This is not only listening to others, listening to nature, or maybe the sound of the angelic frequencies, but also listening to yourself. The next card is Queen of the Unapologetic. No more apologies for being you, perfect the way you are. Own it, love it, let your dreams and goals and wishes come true at this time. The next card, very much about what we're doing in this class, the Queen of Self-Discovery. Perhaps you're going to start a new project, and I want you to imagine from this day on, pick a day that's 1 year ahead from now, and then look back on your year and imagine that it was the best year of your life because you created something that you were hoping to connect with all of this time. And the last card comes from the oracle that she created called the Lost Commandments. Do things that scare you. Be afraid and do it anyway. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. So wherever you are, perhaps you've got some ideas for journaling today, for a creation or a picture you're going to draw, or a meal you're going to create, or a walk that you're going to go on. I've started a little saying that every walk I take is a miracle. I'm empowering you with the beautiful energy of this fluorite heart. Fluorite is psychic protection for yourself so that you don't get sucked into any negative energies or have any entities that are using your energy in a less than loving way. And then the heart, of course, being the representation of your protective energy all around you. Always doing everything with love. So wherever you are, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, move your back and spine a little bit. Take a nice deep breath. And I want you to do something that instead of having any fear today, you embody faith. And as the last card suggests, do something that scares you. I mean, not something that's not good for you, but maybe something that, what would it look like if you turned maybe a bad habit into a good habit today? So let's bring our hands up, thumbs together, and pressing the thumbs into the center of the forehead. Maybe even a little massage, 2 or 3 circles. And just empowering your third eye chakra to be the most intuitive and pleasant place for you to be in your life at this time. The light in me greatly honors and sees the light in you. Namaste. Let's release the hands and simply following your intuition and maybe creating a mantra today. I am an intuitive person. Thank you, take good care, and we'll see you again next time, perhaps for the 7th chakra, when you're ready. Namaste.